what are the I guess we'll say the biggest beliefs that are different from Islam and Christians? One of my biggest concern is, how could I be if I was to go ahead and convert? How could I be a good Muslim without, I guess, still gravitating to like sins? How can you be forgiven if you don't create a sin? There, I believe it's something based on
Absolutely,
Islam.
absolutely, absolutely. So I'll answer what you're saying. So basically, are you ready? So did you come across my videos and stuff like that?
Yeah, I actually, it's crazy. I kind of, when I've been doing my little research and then I would search little things up online, then I go to YouTube and kind of watch, try to find little, I feel like I'm a very good visual learner. So when I
Mhm.
go to look up things and I go to YouTube and I type some certain things in, and then I seen one of your videos pop up, and I probably watched maybe 10 to 15 videos
Which one
of
was the
that.
first video you came across?
I think the first one I seen where it was like a couple of, I think it was an ignorant I think it was a thing with ignorant Christians. It was a woman. I think
Yeah,
the
yeah,
video
serious.
was probably like an hour long.
Ignorant Christian or something like that. Yeah. So and he
Yeah,
didn't make any sense when he was talking something like that.
right. Yeah, and then there was
Okay.
another guy. It was one guy. He just it felt like he really didn't know what he really was trying to get at in the video. But I know
Mhm.
you was a lot. You were very patient and was trying to explain to him. He was just trying to overtalk you. It was just crazy.
That happens a lot, you know. Happens a lot. Okay, so just to give just an overview. So this brother here, Dijon, yeah, Dijon, or
uh,
how
it's
can I say your name?
the one.
The one. Okay. So the
Yes.
one he DM me on Twitter and stuff like that. He said he gravitating towards Islam and he just has some questions about Islam and stuff like that. Tell me what are the questions that you have? What is the
Okay.
questions that you have?
So my first question, well, I know this is not I don't think this would be considered a question because I know Islam is that means surrender as right, like surrender
Submission, yeah.
in, yeah, in
Yes.
Arabic, right? And
Yes.
so I think my biggest was my one of my biggest concern is, how could I be if I was to go ahead and convert? How could I be a good Muslim without, I guess, still gravitating to like sins? Or
Hmm.
would I not be a true Muslim if I decide, say like I'm still young.
Hmm.
I of course I have friends. I go out.
Hmm.
What if I drank or something? I don't want to
Hmm.
be a bad Muslim because
Hmm.
I acted of a sin. So,
Hmm.
and I think those are kind of like my big concerns on things like that.
You know, have there is a video on my channel as well where someone he became Muslim. I don't know if you
I
saw it
think
or not. He had the same concern about the tattoos. Have you seen that guy? He had
Uh,
a hat
I,
on.
I don't think it was the tattoos. I seen that video, but I seen one where the guy was he didn't want to convert because he was like, he still loves to please his girl. He likes to drink or something. But you told him, I think one thing that stood out to me, you said, how can you be forgiven if you don't create a sin? There, I believe it's something based on
Absolutely,
Islam.
absolutely, absolutely. So I'll answer what you're saying. So basically, no human being is perfect, right? A lot of
Right,
people, because you come from a Christian background as well, a lot of people have this false perception that someone has to be perfect, some way, shape, or form, in order for him to be close to God, right? So
right,
Christianity has this crazy idea that you know what, you have to be perfect. God is holy. We're not holy. We need to be doing perfect things in order for us to connect with God, right? Islam doesn't have this idea. Islam says Allah created us in a way which we're not perfect. Obviously, we're not perfect, right? And that was intentional because God is wise, and whatever He does is there's a wisdom behind it, right? And there
right,
is a narration of the Prophet ﷺ where he said, "If we did not, Allah is saying, if we didn't sin, He would replace us with another creation, and that creation would sin, and Allah would forgive them." Because one of Allah's attributes is that He's the forgiven, the merciful. So of course you're gonna sin because that's why Allah is the one who forgives, isn't it? If Allah is the forgiven and merciful, we're perfect beings. Then we are the creator if we are perfect beings, right? So we will commit sin. Now, the second thing I want to say on top of that is the idea is that if, in order for you to stay away from sins, you have to increase your faith. And in order for you to increase your faith, you have to do good deeds. So
okay,
if you do not become a Muslim, obviously that is you're not going to have faith without becoming a Muslim. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So
right,
entering Islam is the gate into having faith, and then increasing the faith through practices of Islam. And when that happens, this is how you will move away from sins, right? You're not going to become perfect, but you will do less sins. The more your faith will increase, the less sins that you will do. So in your state right now, you don't have, obviously, you're not a Muslim yet. You're not doing the Islamic actions that will increase your faith in the creator or your belief in Islam. So then obviously leaving sins is not an easy thing. And as I mentioned this all the time, I had friends, I had one friend and he became Muslim and he continued to drink for a while for like 4 or 5 months. Until then, he was able to actually move away from that. But you have to enter the house first to look at the furniture, isn't it? So first you have to enter Islam and then understand the practices of Islam, try to do as much as you can. And after that, you will see that your faith is increasing, and these sins that you're doing, you'll understand this is not pleasing the Creator. And I want to please Allah, I want to please the Creator. I want to not be punished in the afterlife. Right? I don't want to be punished in the afterlife. Right?
Right.
I want to be rewarded, so I want to do good, and this will move you away from sins. So why, if you worried about, okay, I will become Muslim and I will sin, of course you will sin. Every Muslim sins, you know. So I'm the first person to say this, right? No one is perfect, right?
Right.
Everyone sins. The Prophet ﷺ, he told us, "Kullu ibni Adam khata." Every child of Adam commits sin, and the best
Right.
amongst those who commit sins are those who repent. The interesting thing about this idea is this is the biggest doubt that Satan is using to move people away from Islam. I'm telling you, the people that I've come across, most of them that I know, they're ready to become Muslim, but they always have the same doubt because Satan has his same ways with everyone, right? He's not bringing
Right.
new arguments. You get the point. He's always coming with this doubt to every person who wants to accept Islam. Don't accept Islam until you become perfect and then you're not doing anything wrong. But that will never happen. And this is Satan's point, is to make you think, okay, I'm a hypocrite because I will become Muslim and do bad, right? So
Right.
then let me stop doing bad. But Satan knows you will never stop. You will never stop doing bad, and therefore Satan wins because you will never become Muslim. So this is the psychology behind this idea, right? So understand. Look, if you're committing sins, you're committing sins. We're not saying commit sins, and I know you understand that. We're just
Right.
saying, with Islam and with practicing, what will happen is that step by step you will move away from this idea of committing sins, right? And this is how it works. But if you don't accept Islam, if you don't do these steps, you're not going to come closer to Allah. You're not going to want to leave these sins. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So that is the first question you had, yeah?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Okay. What is the other questions you have?
Okay. So my second question is, what are the I guess we'll say the biggest beliefs that are different from Islam and Christians?
The first thing is obviously the Trinity. The idea of the God is a triune God where there is persons in three persons in one being, God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. Right?
Right.
Muslims don't believe that. Muslims
Right.
believe there is just one creator, one entity worthy of worship and submission. The entity is not different persons in one being. It is just
Hmm.
one creator that created everything and worthy of worship, which is the same belief that all the messengers of God came with. Even in the Bible, the messengers of God that came in the past, Abraham, Noah, Adam, Jesus, all of them, none of them spoke about a Trinity, right? None of them said worship this triune God. None of them said that. Okay? So
Right.
this is the first disagreement. Second disagreement, which is linked to the Trinity, is the divinity of Jesus. Jesus being God or being divine or being God incarnate and all of that. Muslims believe Jesus was a messenger of God. He was chosen by the Creator to deliver the message, just like Moses was chosen, just like Abraham was chosen. And the message, the miracles that he was doing are unique to him, just like the miracles of Moses are unique to him. No one split the sea except Moses, right?
Right.
Also, Jesus had his own miracles, like being born of a virgin that no one else did. But doesn't make him God. Every messenger has his own unique kind of miracles. Okay, so that's the second difference. The third difference is the idea of sonship of God. Muslims say that we are creation of God. We're not sons of God. So no one is a son of God, meaning literally God gave birth to you, became pregnant 9 months, and all of a sudden he gave birth to someone. We don't believe that, right? Doesn't make
Right.
any rational sense, right? And we say that when son was used in the Old Testament, it probably was used in the Old Testament to mean that God takes care of you. Just like when an old person sees a young person and says, "My son, come over here," or "Stay away from the road," and all of that, right? When he says son, obviously he's not really his father, right? It's just a metaphorical thing to try to say he's young in age and he's old in age, or he's trying to take care of him. So that's the other disagreement, that we don't use this word son of God. We say that we are creation of God, right? God created all of us. We're all equal, but the person who's better are the one who's more pious.
Okay.
So initially, as humans, there is no disagreement that we're equal. But if you're more pious, then you're better than the person who's less pious. So what makes you better is your piety, your closeness to God, the good actions that you're doing. Now,
Okay.
the fourth disagreement is the idea of sin, that someone dies for your sin, which is Christian belief that Jesus died for the sins of humanity, this and that, right? Muslims
Right.
say you are responsible for what you do. If I steal, if I rape, if I murder, I'm the one who will be responsible. I'm the one who will stand in front of God, and I'm the one who will be punished for the actions I do. No
Right.
one will stand. You're not going to stand in my position in the day of judgment. You're not going to justify the things that I do, and I will not justify what you do.
Right.
I will stand in front of Allah, and I will be trying to answer to Allah all of the bad things that I did. Why did I do them? Or I will be punished for them. I'm the one responsible. No one else is responsible. Allah says in the Quran, وَلَا تَزِرُ وَازِرَةٌ وِزْرَ أُخْرَى. The burden of sin of a one person cannot be put on another person. Your burden of sin is yours. It cannot be placed on someone else. Okay? while
Okay.
Christians say that Jesus took the sins of the world. That's a disagreement. There are many differences, but these are the major ones, right?
Okay.
The last one is the idea of the death of Jesus. Muslims don't believe Jesus died on the cross, and we believe Allah is not going to leave His messenger, who He's chosen and He's sent for the people alone, on a cross, naked, stripped naked, and people spitting on Him and bleeding and killing Him, right? Because
Right.
that's the messenger of God. So Allah takes care of His messengers, or His prophets and His messengers. He sent Him to deliver the message, right? So Allah will not let His prophet be humiliated in that way, in that fashion. So we don't believe Jesus died on the cross. What we believe is that people believe Jesus died on the cross. How that happened, the Quran doesn't give details, right? So it
Right.
appeared to the people as if Jesus was crucified. We do not know exactly what took place, what happened, but what we know is that Allah raised Jesus. What some Christians maybe say, the ascension, that God raised Jesus above, right, to Him. He raised Him to the heavens. He's not on earth, He's going to come back, second coming, which is a commonality between Muslims and Christians, right? But He didn't die. While Christians believe He was killed, crucified, put on the cross, even though they believe He's God, which I don't know how God was put on the cross and killed by people, right? But this is
Right.
what Christians believe. We say Jesus was not put on the cross, He was not killed, and He didn't die. Okay, so these are the five major differences between Islam and Christianity. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Do you have any other questions?
Okay,
Okay.
now let's say I go ahead, become Muslim, and am I allowed to date other women that's not Muslim or marriage, or how does that work?
I get what you're trying to say. So first, dating in Islam is not a thing, right? So in Islam, you do not come to a woman you do not know, you talk to her, and then you take her number, and then you start having intercourse with her and all of that, and then you
Right.
start a relationship, right? Islam doesn't have that. Why? For many reasons. First, this is the command of the Creator, but we see the wisdoms behind it. It's Allah is protecting both the men and the women, because men use and abuse women, and women use and abuse men, right?
Right.
You got men who are abused by women by being in the friend zone, for example. They're spending money on girls, right? And they're doing everything that a girl would take from a man that she's dating, but she's not giving him any intercourse in return. So she's using the guy. She knows that he has the hope in the end that he's trying to have a relationship with her, but she's benefiting from him. He's buying her dinners, driving her over, protecting her, and all of that, right? He's giving her all the masculine things that a boyfriend would, but in the end, she's not giving him anything. So she's using him, knowing that he wants to have intercourse with her. And most girls know this, right? I'm sure you know about this. It's not a new thing for you, right? To understand
Right.
this idea that it happens, right? And
Right.
then you've got the opposite, which is got guys using girls. And this is also very easy for you to understand. You sleep with the girl, you have all of the physical things that you want from her, you move on to the second one, or you promise her a relationship, and then you just keep having intercourse with her, right? And then you move to the next one, and then you do the same thing. And so use and abuse from both sides, from men and women, right? Islam
Right.
protects both men and women, and it does not leave the opportunity for such things to take place, right? If
Right.
you're serious about the woman, look, I have three sisters, man. I would not let someone to do something like this with my sister. Do you get the point? Use her and
Yes.
abuse her and move like she's an object to the next person. And everyone has a mother or a sister or something like that. You wouldn't want someone to be doing that to her. So how would you be doing that to someone else's sister or someone else's mother? Oh, my sister, no, but other women, okay. Okay, this is a bit hypocrisy, right? You're doing to other people that you would never want done to your own family members. So Islam says no. If you're serious about her, Islam doesn't say do not touch the woman, do not come across the woman. No, Islam says there is a way. That way is to get married to her. Actually,
Okay.
okay, I like you. I love you. Whatever it is that you want to say, right? I'm serious about you. I want to get married to you. So you go and you speak with that girl. You see that if you got compatibility, both of you are okay, you want to get married, and you get married, and then you live this life, right? So originally this is the case. Now Muslim to Muslim, because you're asking about non-Muslim women, if you become Muslim and this and that. Now when it comes to non-Muslim women, Muslim men are permitted to marry Jewish and Christian girls,
Okay.
right? So chapter 5 of the Quran, verse 5, clearly stipulates that Muslims, Muslim men specifically, not women, Muslim men are allowed to marry a Jew or a Jewish or a Christian woman. So
Right.
you would have this option, but a Jewish or a Christian woman, she has to be chaste. Chaste meaning not necessarily she has to be a virgin, but she's a woman that doesn't go around like obviously having intercourse with men. She
Okay.
doesn't go. She doesn't go and commit fornication, because fornication, even in Christianity and Judaism, is not allowed. It's not just in Islam. This is people don't follow, but this is the teachings. So a woman that is actually chaste, she doesn't just go around fornicate with men on a daily basis like people do in the West, right? So she has
Right.
to be like this, and she believes her book is from God. She believes her Bible is from God, her Torah is from God, and that's it. You're allowed to marry this type of woman with these two conditions. So obviously, all Muslim women you're allowed to marry. Obviously, the ones that are not married and etc., not your family members, and the Jewish or Christian women with these two conditions. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Where's the other questions?
I think my last one is also like, how do you guys, as in like, pray? I know it's 5 times a day, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And then I guess I'm just learning because I don't think I ever really was a big person that was just like always praying. So I think it's more so like, how could I get into that? Like, how can I
Yes, yes,
transition
yes,
to the?
yes. Yeah, that would happen once you become Muslim, right? Because I will try to connect you with people who teach you how to pray and give you the basics of Islam, right? Because how to pray, it has to be taught in more of it has to be taught like a person to person. I have to show you what to say, like the acts of ablution, or a video at least. You have to look at it. But even from a video, you probably might make some mistakes here and there, right? So you
Right.
probably will need a mentor in a way to show you exactly what is the right acts to do and this and that. So it's a gradual step. But that is the thing. A person becomes a Muslim and he focuses on two things. He focuses on continuing to read the Quran. I don't know if you read the Quran or not, right? So he
Yes.
reads the Quran or continues to read the Quran, and in the same time he learns how to pray. That's the beginning.
Okay.
Once you do that, then we'll move you to the second stage, right? But this is the most important thing because it's our connection to Allah. It's our daily 5 dose of connection to God. You do not go astray because the Quran says that the prayer forbids you from evil deeds and actions. Why? Because I have a 5-day reminder from God that look, fear God, ask God to guide you. Because every prayer you recite the Quran, you ask Allah to guide you. You ask Allah not to have anger on you and not to make you from the misguided people. So when you do that on a daily basis, you're not going to finish that and go do something bad because just 2 minutes ago you're speaking to God. So it
Mm.
reminds you with God throughout the day. So throughout the day you're connected with God, and that protects you from evil things around you, keeps you connected, also keeps you closer to your community because you pray in the mosque and you have the men around you, you meet people, Muslim brothers that are also in your community that you have a close relationship with, and this and that, and you bond with them. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
So if you don't have anything, I think you're ready to be Muslim, man. If you don't have any other like questions in mind, then I think you're there. Because look, you're saying to me, and I feel you're there, and I know you're there as well. And that's I think what you were kind of saying in your message, right? That's why
Yes.
I wanted to make sure that you don't have any intellectual things in mind. Because sometimes Satan tries to play this idea. Okay, what about this question? Okay, no problem. Bring all your questions, Satan. It's not gonna work,
All
When you
right.
bring your questions, we'll answer your questions. But once those questions are over, then that person has to take the step and move forward. Do not let Satan push you back,
Right.
push you away from becoming Muslim. You get the point? Because this is
Yeah.
his goal. That's what he wants to do. And I would say most of what you ask is what most people who want to become Muslim ask. Because as I said to you, the steps of Satan are known, and he's always like implementing them on people. Right?
Right.
So, are you ready? You wanna say after
Yes.
me? Okay. So
Yes.
first say after me in English, inshallah, and then you say after me in Arabic.
Okay.
We start with the English. Okay. Say I testify
I testify
is nothing worthy of worship
there's nothing worthy of worship
except Allah,
except Allah,
and I testify
and I testify
that Prophet Muhammad
that the Prophet of Muhammad
is the messenger
is the messenger
and servant of Allah.
and servant of Allah.
You see, it's easy, isn't it? Now you say the same exact thing, but in Arabic, right? Say
Right.
after me. Ashhadu
Ashhadu
an
an
la
la
ilaha
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 illa
illa
Allah,
Allah.
wa ashhadu
Wa ashhadu
anna
anna
Muhammadan
Muhammad
Rasul
Rasul
Allah.
Allah.
That's it, man. Welcome to Islam, bro. I'll just give you a virtual hug. I cannot give hugs anymore, because I'm sitting across the world from you. You're in the US, isn't
Right.
it? And I'm in the UK, I'm London, I'm far away from you, But generally on the dawah table, subhanAllah, we always, every day, mashallah, we have people becoming Muslim. Mashallah, people are very happy, mashallah. Welcome to Islam, akhi Allah. Welcome to Islam, my brother. Big moment for our brother, mashallah. Allahu Akbar means Allah is the greatest. Welcome to Islam,
Right.
my brother.
Yes.
Usually when we do this and on the da'wah table, on the da'wah stall, when someone becomes Muslim, you can easily hug them, but we're far away from you. What can we do? Can I show you love, from from that far. Do you have Muslim friends around you?
Oh no, I do not.
So you came across Islam through my videos or just videos online and stuff like that?
Yeah, just like watching videos, kind of doing a little reading. I actually I don't have a Quran physically like the book. I have like just going on the
I'll
internet
send
and
you one.
kind of.
Don't worry.
I appreciate that.
So
But
you've read it online. You read the bits and pieces of it online and
yeah,
stuff like
business
that.
business online, watching
Yeah.
your videos especially, and just
Yes,
kind of just basically
mashallah.
doing my own research.
MashaAllah. You know about the five pillars of Islam. So the
Okay.
first pillar is what you said, which is what we call the Shahada, which is the testimony of faith of how to enter Islam, right? Which is
Right.
you testify nothing is worthy of your worship, complete love, complete gratitude, obedience other than the Creator, right?
Right.
And you testify that Prophet Muhammad is his messenger, which means that you testify that you would follow him because he's the messenger of God, like the other messengers, and they are the ones sent by the king, so we follow the king, right? And
Right.
then you have the prayer, which is what we were talking about 5 times a day. And you will learn the details step by step, right? Then you
Okay.
have what we call zakah, which is an obligatory charity, which is 2.5% of your wealth that you give, right?
Right.
If you're
Okay.
wealthy
Yes.
enough. And then Ramadan, which is in a couple of months, that we
Okay.
fast, and you will see the benefits of it. You will see how, you know what, food tastes like food in Ramadan. I don't think food tastes like food outside Ramadan, In Ramadan, it actually tastes like food, And you will get
Right.
what I'm saying when you fast, You will get what I'm
Okay.
trying to say, right? And then you have pilgrimage, which is Hajj. You travel to Mecca and then you do your pilgrimage, which is once in a lifetime, if
Okay.
you have the financial capacity to do that. Okay.
Okay.
Then we have six articles of faith is that you believe in Allah. Obviously, Allah is a self-sufficient, doesn't have children, does not beget, nor is born, independent, right? Nothing is like
Okay.
unto him. And you believe in the messengers of God, believe in the previous revelations that God sent to messengers, that some of them have been changed, corrupted. You believe in angels of God, and you believe in the last day, the day of judgment, and you believe in destiny, that Allah destined that we will talk in this time because we had a plan maybe talk tomorrow, but all of a sudden we're talking today, But Allah destined
Yes.
that you will become Muslim today, that you will get your question answered today, that this will happen in this way. So Allah, this is what we believe. We call qadar. It's the predestination of Allah. That Allah predestined things will happen this way. Allah put this situation in front of you. Everything is happening with Allah as well, and He
Right.
knows the things that will happen, and He's written down the things that will happen. So this is our articles of faith, the main articles of faith that we believe in as Muslims, and the five pillars that we focus on. Right? Email me your number, and I will connect you with people. They will call you, or they will WhatsApp you. They will talk to you about Islam now, the basics, and they'll
Okay.
teach you how to pray and everything. But anyways, you are my brother. So, like, do you have a brother or no?
Yes.
Other than me, you have another brother, okay? You
Yes.
have how
Yes.
many brothers? Yeah.
I have four.
Four. Oh, mashallah, you're a big family. Mashallah. So basically, just like your brother, if you actually need something seriously, you would ask your brother for it, right? I
Right.
want it to be the same with me. You've got my email. Anything that you need, whatever it is, right? Financial, otherwise, doesn't matter. Advice, questions about Islam, anything. You've got my email. Just email me and ask me whatever you want to ask, and I'm more than happy to answer you. I'm more than happy to deal with any concerns that you have, or anything like that. Okay? And inshallah, I might come to the US sometime, and then I might see you, inshallah. We go to the
Yes.
mosque, we
Yes.
pray together or something like that. Because a lot of people are telling me come to the US maybe one day, inshallah. Do you have anything else for me, or should I let you go?
I think that's everything. I think we covered it.
Well, I am very happy you come today, mashallah.
Thank
You made me happy. It's a beautiful ending for my day.
you.
It's nothing more beautiful than that, than someone saved from hellfire, away from hellfire, and closer to entering paradise. That's
Yes.
what that's what we want as Muslims. We want good for the people. We want people to come closer to Allah Azza wa Jal. And wallah, you will find true contentment and peace in Islam. How do you feel? You feel good?
Feel great. I feel great.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. That's the important thing. Okay, I will let you go, inshallah. It was nice seeing you, bro. Assalamu alaikum. You know, which means, obviously, I think you know what assalamu alaikum means, maybe, right? Peace be upon you. So this is what
Uh,
we say when you meet someone, you say assalamu alaikum,
yes.
which means peace be upon you. When you say salam bye to someone, you say the same thing. Assalamu alaikum. That's it. You'll get hang of it.
Yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't stress. It's a step by step process. Okay, I'll see you. I'll see you then. Yalla. Assalamu alaikum, my brother.